Here today, and I like to see a lot of you have your nice warm coats on. By the end of the week, we'll be back to Florida weather. So, all right, we are going to call this meeting to order. Sherry, can you do a roll call, please?
Mayor Miller.
Here.
Vice Mayor Politis.
Here.
Commissioner Card.
Here.
Commissioner Economos.
Here.
Commissioner Dembinski.
Here.
Thank you. Okay, and if we could have Reverend Bob, see you all the way back there. Please lead us our invocation. This is Reverend Bob from our Drive-In Christian Church.
I invite you to stand as I share this invocation this evening. Gracious and loving God, we pause to give thanks for this community and for those who serve it with care and responsibility. Grant your wisdom for our elected officials and for the decisions needing to be made tonight. Throughout this cold spell, we remember all who seek warmth and shelter. We ask that compassion guide our actions toward our most vulnerable neighbors. As Race Week approaches this month and visitors arrive among us, grant us hearts of hospitality, patience, and generosity, that our city may be a place of welcome and safety for all. And as we look forward to Valentine's Day, deepen our love for one another, neighbor for neighbor, resident and guest alike, so that every decision made here reflects kindness, respect, and shared commitment to the common good. For it is in your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. We have a special guest this evening. May I please have Lennon Walker come up and lead us in the pledge? Lennon, thank you very much. We're ready whenever you are.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Lennon. Okay, we're going to go on now to some of our presentations and our public notices. This is one I'm very, very, very happy to be able to present. So a couple of weeks ago, I was at the Teacher of the Awards banquet, and I believe there was 70 nominees, and then I looked at the top 5, and I said, she's from our adopted school of R.J. Longstreet. Oh my God, that's fantastic. So I went over and I saw all the teachers that were there celebrating with her, and I had my fingers crossed, and then they announced. So the winner is Erica Kazma from R.J. Longstreet School. School, and I told your principal that night, I said, we're going to do a proclamation. So here it is. So I'll read it right now. The official, whereas Erica Kazma served as a dedicated and inspiring physical education teacher at R.J. Longstreet Elementary School in Daytona Beach. I'd love it to say Shores, but it's Daytona Beach, Florida, where she has positively impacted students through her commitment to academic excellence, physical wellness, and personal growth since beginning her teaching career in Volusia County Schools in 2006. And I do have to say, Erica, it was so nice when you talked about the health and all the things that you're wanting to do. So, whereas Coach Kazma holds a bachelor's degree in elementary education, she is a certified physical education specialist. She holds an endorsement in English for speakers of other languages and brings nearly 2 decades of experience gained through service at Chisholm Elementary School, Cypress Creek Elementary School, and now R.J. Longstreet School. And whereas Coach Kazma was selected from 70 nominees across Volusia County Schools, and she was named the 2027 Volusia County School Teacher of the Year. She was also elected the 2027 VCS Physical Education Teacher of the Year and will represent the district in the Florida Teacher of the Year program. Whereas her excellence has always been recognized through professional accolades and community support, including the Gold Wellness Champion, multiple grant awards supporting student enrichment and wellness initiatives, and she is the recipient of 24 balance bikes through the All Kids Bike Program to expand early childhood physical development and opportunities. Whereas through innovative programming, grants, and community partnership, Coach Kazma has created opportunities many students would not otherwise experience, including bike riding, gardening, golfing, running clubs, Girls on the Run, and school-wide fitness events that foster confidence, resiliency, and lifelong healthy habits. Whereas, guided by her philosophy that your only opponent is yesterday's you, Coach combines data-driven instruction with individualized encouragement, helping students overcome self-doubt, embrace new challenges, and achieve meaningful growth in physical development and self-confidence. And whereas the City of Daytona Beach Shores City Commission, we wish to formally recognize and celebrate Erica for her outstanding achievements, her leadership and positive influence on students, families, and the greater Volusia County community. Now therefore be proclaimed by the City Commission of the City of Daytona Beach Shores, Florida, that we do hereby honor and commend Coach Erica for being named Volusia County School 2027 Teacher of the Year, and we extend our sincere gratitude for exceptional service, her dedication, and commitment to sharper, brighter images for our future students. Within, I have hereto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Daytona Beach Shores to be affixed this 3rd day of February 2026, and it's signed Mayor Nancy J. Miller. Erica, if you want to come up. Thank you. And I was so exciting. I was jumping up and down. Congratulations. And here's your program for me. Thank you so much. We're so proud. Oh, I should have stayed down there. So the second thing we're going to do is the awards. Well, can we all go down and we'll give out the awards? So for those of you that haven't been here, we start doing this, Nancy, what, about 6 months or a year ago? Maybe a year ago. And we're just so proud of everything you guys have done in your art department, and we're proud to be part of the Kids Tag art program as well. Okay. Are you going to read the name? Okay. Okay.
Okay, the first one to be recognized is Clara Lewis.
Hi, Clara. Why don't you go down, and everybody wants to congratulate you.
Well done. Nice job. Congratulations.
Perfect.
It's going to be a blast.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Should we back this up a little bit? Yeah.
Are you Mason? Well, congratulations. We're so proud of you. So if you want to go down here and shake
We're going to
everybody's
go
hand.
this way so we don't have
Okay.
any tripping hazards.
Congratulations. Congratulations, young man. Way to go.
Next is Sadie Walker.
What grade are you in? First. Are you? Okay, well, congratulations.
Congratulations. Good job.
Oh, right in front of it. That's good.
Next is Ace Rowley.
Hi, Ace. Congratulations. Look at this nice award. Go ahead and shake everybody's hand here.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Lennon Walker.
Lennon, we know you. You're doing a wonderful job, and congratulations on this.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Delphine Potter Boozy.
Congratulations. Here's your award. Great job.
Congratulations.
Liliana Adsett.
Did a great job.
Congratulations.
Noah Gonzalez Newsbaum.
Fourth, you did a great job.
Congratulations, Mel. Congratulations.
Madison Edwards.
Fourth, congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Made the effort.
Logan Brown.
Congratulations.
Good job, Mel. Congratulations, lady.
And our last one goes to?
Iona Lowry.
Congratulations.
Yeah, if you want to go down and everyone wants to shake your hand, all the commissioners.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay,
Push in a little bit on this side. Everybody step closer.
Jane's going to join.
oh, come on, Jane. And your art teacher's here too, right?
All right, everybody look at me. Big smiles. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Moms and dads.
Well, congratulations. Thank
That is your gift.
Thank you. Thank you guys for coming. We always enjoy having you. Thank you.
Ski, some hand sanitizer. Good seeing you, Tim.
Chief. Hey, guy, how's it going? You know, I saw you there. Yeah. Which one was yours?
Noah.
Very
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I've known Joey 30-something years. Back in the 90s, he and I used to prosecute. He used to arrest him, I used to convict him. He was with Daytona.
Oh, you're welcome. We're so proud of you.
Congratulations.
Your own going on that road is...
He retired from.
One on his cop. Who was in that 707? That's what happened. Fucking family. Yeah, that's not the case. Yeah, where things were.
Okay, we have one more presentation. Unfortunately, the person that is the recipient of this, my understanding is that she had surgery last week and she won't be here, but I'd still like to read this proclamation. Whereas encephalitis is a serious neurological condition characterized by inflammation of the brain, and whereas encephalitis can affect individuals any age, at any time, in any location, and often presents as a medical emergency that may result in severe long-term complications or loss of life. And whereas encephalitis affects an estimated 20,000 individuals annually in the United States and approximately 500,000 individuals worldwide, and whereas survivors of encephalitis frequently experience acquired brain injuries that may result in lasting cognitive, physical, emotional, and behavioral challenges, significantly impacting not only the individual diagnosed, but also their family, caregivers, and the broader community. And whereas Encephalitis 411, a recognized 501c3 nonprofit organization, is dedicated to improving the quality of life for those affected by encephalitis through education, advocacy, support services, and increased public awareness. And whereas increasing public understanding of encephalitis, including its symptoms, its risk, and the importance of early diagnosis and treatment, is essential for improving health outcomes and supporting affected individuals and families. Therefore, I, Nancy J. Miller, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Daytona Beach Shores, do hereby proclaim February 22nd, 2026 as Encephalitis Awareness Day in the city of Daytona Beach Shores, and I encourage all residents to observe this day by increasing awareness, supporting those impacted, and promoting education about this serious and often life-threatening condition. In witness whereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the city of Daytona Beach Shores to be affixed this third day of February 2026. And the next time that we see Kat, we'll give her that award. Director Cruz, can you tell us, will we be lighting up something this year like we did previously? Can you help me with that?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Commissioners. Yes, this year we will be lighting up the Public Safety Building, Community Center, which we are in tonight, and City Hall.
Thank you very much. I'm sure that Kat and her husband Ken will greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so next we're going to go to the approval of the minutes. So that was the City Commission minutes of January 6th, 2026. Do I hear a motion to accept the minutes?
I so move.
Thank you. Second? Thank you. Any discussion, anything that needs changed or added to? If not, may I have a vote, please? And the approval of the minutes passed 5-0. Thank you. Next, we're going to go on to the consent agenda, and there are 8 items on there. I do want to include one small update, and this is on item H, city sponsorship policy. So let me read again where it says the city manager retains the discretion to approve or deny any sponsorship request. Any appeals may be heard before City Commission. So that's the update to item H. With that being said, do I hear approval of the 8 items on the consent agenda, or do we need to pull one?
Also move.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Sure, can you take a roll on that, please? And those consent agenda passed 5-0. Thank you. We don't have any old business today. Next, we're going to go on to new business, and that is with our Community Affairs Director, Nancy Maddox. This is the celebration of the USA 250th birthday.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commission. As you are aware, it is our 250th birthday, also known as the semi-centennial, still messed it up, I have tried, celebration. And I'm excited to say that we are going to we're working with Daytona Playhouse, and they're going to do a short play for us on July 1st, which is a Wednesday, at 11 o'clock, and then we're going to have a celebration. What we always do well is eat, and just be together for the celebration of the birthday. I do want to thank one of our residents, Lynn Bishop. She was kind enough to help me and give me some ideas on this celebration. Always thankful for input from our residents. So if you have any questions.
Any questions? And this was already in your approved budget, right?
Yes,
so you don't
we do have in our budget for a new event, and so this is already budgeted.
Any questions for our director? Okay, if not, I don't think since it's already approved, we don't need anything else. But thank you very much for adding that. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I know that there are celebrations all over. I'm glad we're included in that.
And we didn't want to be remiss in that.
Exactly. Okay, thank you. Okay, next we're going to go to the overview of communication channels. survey software options and board history. And I believe this is our new PIO, Maddie?
Good evening, Maddie McAllister. I'm your Community Information Coordinator. This evening, we'll wait for the PowerPoint to come up, but I'll be a little bit longer than Director Maddox. And this evening, we're going to be talking about communication channels that we currently use, some options if we want to expand that outreach, as well as a brief overview of board history. So I just want to, before we get into details, just give you an overview of how the evening's going to go. It'll be existing communication channels, growth over 90 days, expanded opportunities, and then we'll get into survey platforms and associated costs at a very high level, and then we'll move into board history and consideration of those. And I believe we're going to touch on boards first. Okay, we're not going to touch on boards first. We'll start with the existing communication channels since that's where we're at. The existing communication channels that we currently have are our city website. This is active with all city departments. Everyone has access to it and continuously publishes updated information. We do have an update to this coming October of 2026. This will go live in October of 27. During that, we will be focusing on making it more user-friendly for our residents, as well as getting some more branding consistency on there. Right now, we're not loving the color palette. This will also come with the SeeClickFix app software. Right now, we're using it internally to do internal work orders and stuff like that. And in October, we're hoping to roll out a public-facing app to where residents and citizens will be able to take a picture of a pothole and upload it, and it will notify us internally. We're not quite there yet, but we are hoping to, between September and October, have that public-facing. We also have social media, as does everyone these days. Currently, we're using 2 platforms. We're using Facebook and Instagram. We have no desire to expand that at the moment. We think these are sufficient, and we'll get into some specific metrics on the next slide. We also have our fabulous Coffee with the Mayor event, first Wednesday of every month. These are very well attended. We also have all of our department heads attend every single month, which gives residents an opportunity to interface in person with all of our departments should they have any questions or concerns. And then, of course, we have phone, email, in-person, best practices for over 20 years. We have public-facing lobbies in the community center, the public safety building, and the city hall building. And lastly, we have our Pelican. Right now, the Pelican is a quarterly newsletter. We're able to send this out 4 times a year. We'll get into more metrics on the next slide, but we've expanded this to an online newsletter as well, so there's an opportunity for people to get it online. And that has been used through our Civic Send, which is another platform through our website. So growth over 90 days, these are going to be some specific metrics. On Facebook alone, we have grown our views by 163%, and our followers by 138 new followers. And this is just the city page. We do have a public safety page. This is all focused to the city page. Our Instagram account, our views have grown by 183%, and our followers have grown by 25. Instagram's a much more difficult platform to be able to retain followers, but our views are able to be seen a bit more, especially when we're publishing reels and videos in the algorithm that is pushed a little better, I guess is the best way to say that. Our Pelican newsletter, over the last 90 days, we've added 2,400 mailing addresses. So we've increased that from 1,200 to 36 units going out. And again, I don't have a way to count those online, but I would say that we have online views as well there. With Coffee with the Mayor, we have over 100 residents that attend. I know just in January alone, we were close to 120, but I think over 100 or at 100 every month is a good metric to use for that one. And then I also want to mention we do have 106 classes every single month at the community center that are offered. These are exercise classes, art classes, all of the variety. And this team also hosts over 30 city-hosted events each year, including the one Director Maddox just talked about with you guys, which was brought forth by a citizen. Extended outreach opportunities.
I'm sorry, Maddie, before you go on, can you go back to that last page? Okay, so I know that significant increase there. Was that previously because it was sent only to, well, that was the Pelican. I think that was sent out. At what mailing is it that only goes to the CAMs and the condos, and they're responsible for putting it out? Was that the Pelican, or was that just notices? What was that was sent to
So
them?
I can talk directly to the Pelican. I do believe that that's what's happening. We went with a new print company, and the postage invoice almost tripled in cost. When asking about it, we broke it down, and we were only paying for mail for 1,200 people, which would account for that CAN group. We're now mailing to the full 3,600 mailing list, which we believe is every resident that wants to sign up at this time.
Okay. So specifically, like announcements that we do, like before we do like the concerts at the end of the month or any activities, do those still only go to the CAM and then they disperse them?
I believe so, unless we want to, and this would be an additional conversation of budgeting extra money for postage to mail additional things out like that.
Okay, thank you, Maddie.
So expanded outreach opportunities, this is where we're getting into that survey software. Should we wish to reach out to the residents in a different way, the best way I would say is to do a survey. When you do surveys, you have two options. You can either do a paper-based survey or you can do an online survey. Staff recommends doing a hybrid approach where we're doing both. So, and I will get into this over here. We're talking about different platforms and costs and then pros and cons with those. So moving right into our SurveyMonkey, Survey Planet free type platform. Our pros with that is that there's no hard cost. Anyone can go in and anyone can do this. You only have to account for your staff time. The cons when this happens is that you have no formal public record compliance. These are not made for municipal governments, and what that's going to do is result in an exorbitant staff cost in maintaining those public records, which also leaves room for error. There's no hard cost, but you will have an exorbitant staff cost with that. We did find a municipal survey platform. It's called Zen City. It's ICMA recommended. It does have formal public record compliance, and there would be minimum staff time associated with this platform to get it up and running. The problem that we run into is that there's an exorbitant recurrent cost, and that would have to be approved by this commission. We could increase as we grow. I know there's not a whole lot room left for growth, but if we were to ever grow, that cost would increase as well. And it does serve as an online tool only. This tool ranges from $20,000 to $40,000 based on our current population. I think we would be closer to 30. And again, as it grows, that cost will go up as well. You have paper-based surveys, which is what we talked about earlier. It does serve the demographic. We can mail it out. Everybody loves the Pelican. It's the same type of idea, and it's definitely going to be a lower cost than Zen City. We do have exorbitant staff time costs associated with this as well, just because of the public record compliance issue there too. And this is going to be an in-person tool only. Nobody's going to be able to fill it out online. So that ranges between $3,600 and $5,000. That would be for the print and the postage to get it out. People would be responsible for their own postage back to us as well. The recommended hybrid approach, as we talked about, would increase inclusivity and it would be minimal staff cost. It would be public record compliant and probably the best option, but it does have an exorbitant recurrent cost because you would be picking up that Zen City cost and then additionally adding the paper-based survey. So at minimum, we would need $23,600 to get that out immediately on the low end, and it could be up to $45,000, but your recurrent cost for Zen City every year would still remain at the $20,000 to $40,000. And now we're going to talk a little bit about board history, which I wanted to talk to at the beginning. Several boards were dissolved or restructured through the adoption of Ordinance 2019-05. That happened in June 25th of 2019. We saw the Code Enforcement Board be transitioned into the Special Magistrate Style Board. And then we saw the dissolution of the Culture and Entertainment Board, the Board of Adjustments, Beautification Board, Parks and Rec Board. I do want to mention on this, just really quick, because we did some research, any of these boards or committees would be subject to Florida Sunshine, public records laws, posting notices and stuff like that. And any of these boards would require a minimum of 2 staff. You would have your city clerk because it is a Sunshine compliant board, and you would also have at minimum 1 staff advisor. Typically, I think we run 1 staff. I know some cities do 2, but so there is a staff cost associated if we do choose to redo any of these boards or move forward with any additional boards or committees. So with that, I will turn it back to you. I'm available for any
Maddie, I have a question. You talked about the cost for the surveys. Excuse me. Is that for like let's just say the Zen City. Is that an unlimited amount of surveys you can send out, or is that limited to so many?
So it would be unlimited, and the only change in cost would go with growth.
So my question is, if you do some type of SurveyMonkey or an email-based survey, can you not scan those and just save that to the cloud as a public record?
Yes, absolutely.
So, but you're saying that still would take a lot of staff time and a cost to that?
I would say
You're saying
yes.
soft cost because of staff time?
Yes, I would say yes, only because if you think about the 5,000, 5,500 residents we have, if we reach out to all of them, that's 5,500 emails. If we say we're doing emails back, now we have to scan that record, and once we create a record, we have to maintain that record. So think of an Excel spreadsheet, and then we have to produce the record under public sunshine. So it just becomes an additional task for someone to do.
So basically what you're saying is no matter what, if we decide to do some type of surveys and we want to reach all the residents, there's a cost to it, one way or the other. A pretty good sized cost.
Staff costs or otherwise, yes, sir.
Can I ask everyone to go to the agenda memorandum? So it's the first document, and if you could open up that first PDF file there and scroll down to the bottom. So when we're making a motion, so it's it's on page 3, if you could scroll down to 3. So when you make a motion, so I want you to ask Maddie all of the questions that you want, but when you're making a motion, I need you to make the motion for one of these 3 options.
No, we have the option of not making a motion too, correct?
Yes, down, no action requires no motion. Do you want to go?
Mayor.
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay, so right now, we're on new business, item B. So when you look at B, open that up there. And then open up the first thing.
Agenda memorandum?
Yes. Okay, so go to the PDF and open it up. The file. Okay, so if you go all the way down to the bottom, so, yeah, those are the options. So as Commissioner Conbo said, there's really 4 options. The hybrid, the print only, the online, the no action required. Is everyone there? Okay, so.
Suggested motions.
City Manager, do you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify, the staff recommendation for the hybrid was only if commission wishes for us to increase our ability to survey the citizens. It did not necessarily mean that we are recommending that there's a need there. That's for you all to assess. And that's why we presented the 120 classes that we have a month here where we interface with our citizens and all the other ways. So I just want to be clear. Our recommendation is for the hybrid is only if you choose for us to move forward with additional survey.
So right now, we have to look to see, again, I try to urge more people to come to the commission meetings. The saying normally is if everything's okay, you're not going to get a lot of people there. Oh, to Maddie's point, I think the best way that they communicate with us on some of the issues is at Coffee with the Mayor, because all of our directors are there. They know they can get the answers right now. I don't think they have any problem. Each of us have gotten that. Is that Civic Plus? What is it when they write to the mayor or different? Is it Civic Plus or?
Yes, ma'am, it's through our website.
Okay, through the website, and we've all gotten all of those. So that's readily available. So I'm looking right now, so are we trying to find a solution that we don't really know if we have a problem? Or, can we talk about that a little bit more? Have we received anything from any of our citizens that say they haven't been able to present an idea to us? Let's go back to when we had the Park and Rec master plan. We let everybody come there, look at the ideas, talk on that, and we've had several functions at the community center. Come, give us your opinion. What do you want to hear on that? So based on that, do you feel I'm going to ask each of you. Commissioner Dubinsky, have you had any residents that say, I have something that I want to say, but I don't know who to talk to, or I don't have a feedback vehicle?
No, the people that talk to me say, this is what I'd like to know, whatever. But Maddie explained the front-facing people we have everywhere. We have email. I mean, pretty easy to contact someone in the city. We're pretty well known to everybody too, so.
Commissioner Card?
Yeah, I don't have anybody
Okay.
reaching out to me.
Commissioner Coniston?
No.
Okay, Commissioner, Vice Mayor?
Hi. Listen, a former member of the city commission reached out to me and said that they would like to see more citizens participate so we can recruit them to ultimately run for office and help recycle as we term out, which I agree is a good idea. But as far as a survey, I don't see a need because we did do the Parks and Recreation and we had citizen input. And secondly, I think in the near future, and I don't want to steal your thunder, City Manager Fowler, but we're going to do some kind of economic development like survey, and so at that point, the professionals will take over and they'll have citizen input because they'll have a series of meetings. So I guess my thing is, if it ain't broken, there's nothing we need to spend money to fix. We have so many access points that our staff has done, like the website, the Coffee with the Mayor, the buildings that are all accessible to the people, the meetings that they can participate and speak, the Pelican, and then, of course, individually to us. I get one comment or one request maybe every 6 months. Nobody, I don't.
I get a few more than that.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, but yeah, again, speaking, I don't see a need for a survey. That's my opinion.
All right, so let's go back to the comment you made, because again, you know, we're going to have 3 openings on this dais on our commission. Do you feel people don't know if they're interested in running, they don't know the process to go about that, or what? Explain to me a little bit more.
I think anyone who has any interest and desire to participate in city government will have access to the information to make a fully informed decision of whether they want to do that or not.
Should be here.
And get up and ask, or participate in the meetings and speak, or at least attend the meetings and listen and monitor.
Okay.
And I just don't see that.
And I have had probably 3 or 4 candidates that have reached out to me in the past couple of years that said, tell me a little bit about, you know, being a mayor, being on commission, what does it consist of? So I think if somebody had the true desire, they would seek one of us out and say, tell me what it's really like. So anyway, okay, so based on that, you know, again, does someone have a motion? And again, no action would be, so we don't need a motion at all if it's no action? Okay. Moving right along?
Thank you for the
Okay,
information
thank you so much,
presentation,
Doug.
Maddie. It helped us a lot.
Yeah. And Maddie's been doing a wonderful job keeping us updated on everything. So we appreciate that so much. Thank you, Maddie. Control tab. Okay, next we're going to go on to petitions, and this was something that we've done probably the last 2 to 3 things. So we had someone come forward wanting to present petitions. So that resident is Mr. Lonnie Groot. Again, this month I do not see Mr. Groot here. Is Mr. Groot out in the hallway? Thank you, officer. Thank you, officer, for checking. Okay, so Mr. Groot is not here, but I want to make sure that we give ample time to our residents. Is there anyone, if you have the agenda in the hand, is there anybody that has anything to say about item C, petitions submitted by resident Lonnie Groot? Seeing none, do I hear a motion to proceed with this petition submitted? Okay, this is going to fail for no motion. So we are now going to go on to city attorney's comments. So Taylor, we are so excited to have you.
Thank you.
Yes, wow. You know, we met you last month, and then you're going to be our dedicated. And I know, is Attorney Vos on the phone?
She is.
Okay, great. Hello, Becky. So anyway, is there any comments you have for us this evening?
I do not.
All right, thank you. Any questions for our attorney? And it's Simons, right?
That's correct.
Okay, great. I got a little tutorial on it.
Thank you.
So So next, we have our city manager. What do you have for us this evening, city manager?
I have a couple of items for the commission, Madam Mayor. First, I want to let you know that we've started an internal monthly newsletter. It's an opportunity for us to increase our communication and transparency with our valued employees. It's an idea that Susan Martin from HR and Maddie came to me with. And after we talked about it, I think they had the rough draft out in about an hour and a half. So participation from every one of our departments. And it's just an opportunity for us to let everybody that works within the city know what's going on in all the different departments. It debuted yesterday, and it is getting rave reviews, so we'll continue with that. I want to let everyone know that FDOT's repaving of A1A is expected to start in March. That repaving is going to start at US 1, continue on to Atlantic, and go north to nearly International Speedway Boulevard. So expect traffic delays. And then I want to tell you about an economic development victory that we had. I'm very excited about this. As you know, the property at 3162 South Atlantic Avenue, the Red Lobster, was closed, and there was no business in there. Director Maddox met with the owners of So Napa in New Smyrna and told them how much we would like another fine dining option, an upscale opportunity for our residents. And that day, the owner went and saw the property, and I'm happy to announce they have signed a lease. They are starting the design for their build-out, and you should have another upscale dining opportunity in Daytona Beach Shores soon.
Good job.
Did they give
Congratulations.
any time frames? Naturally, I'm getting questions on that.
We do not have a time frame yet, but the day that they signed the lease and picked up the keys, Director Cruz' staff was able to send them the drawings that we had for the property. They've sent that off to their architect, so they have things moving as quickly as possible.
And Director Cruz, can you answer this question? As we know, I think a lot of people on the shores like outside dining. Will that be available at that location? Sorry. I'm sorry.
You're spoiling all of our economic development fund. I'm going to tell you that now, Mayor, but go ahead and tell them what's coming.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Commissioners. So at this particular location, outdoor dining is a permitted use. So whenever they open up their business, they can apply to the city for that. But as the city manager stated, we do have a surprise coming up soon regarding outdoor dining.
Great.
Where we hope to make it a little more streamlined and easy for all businesses, so that businesses, have some level of predictability in terms of their investment in Daytona Beach Shores.
That's great. While you're up there, something totally off the subject. We did those wraps on half of the city, and I thought within the next year, or was it 18 months, that we were going to continue. I know the ones we did were FP&L, and the next ones are FDOT. Correct me on that.
Yes, ma'am. So staff will be bringing forward a proposal to you for that phase 3. So we did the first phase, the second phase, and now we have the third phase. The first two phases were the FP&L transformers, Pad Mountain transformers, and the third phase are the FDOT panel boxes, which are basically next to the traffic signals, the big mast arms as they're called.
And do I remember correctly that with FP&L, we had a choice of maybe 3 or 4? We have more latitude with FDOT or not?
That is my understanding. FDOT is a little bit more flexible. With FP&L, we're limited to, I believe, only 5 choices.
Okay, all right. While our director is up here, do you have any other questions you'd like to throw at him? Okay, thank you. City manager, did you have more?
That's all.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for our city manager? Okay, if not, we'll go on to commissioner comments. So we'll start with you, Vice Mayor. Do you have any comments?
No, I do have a question. Our Community Service Director, we have our first annual or inaugural art thing. Is it this weekend?
Yes.
Does it start on Friday? Could you tell us? And everyone else who's
I have my
listening.
list, but we'll have her.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I steal your thunder?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yes, thank you. It's Saturday and Sunday
Saturday and
this
Sunday.
weekend. We will be having 35 artists, so it's a little small, but it's our first one, so we're happy with the quality of the artists. We're excited about that. And we will have food trucks. Saturday is from 9 to 4, Sunday from 10 to 4. And then on Saturday, the kids from RJ Longstreet, they're going to be doing some chalk art, sidewalk art. So that'll be fun too. And of course, our favorite art teacher, Jane Faylor, will be helping us with that.
And I see DJ Dave will be here as well?
DJ Dave will also be here to have music for everyone.
Okay, great. Thank you. Any other questions?
No.
Commissioner Economos?
Yes. At the last TPO meeting I attended, we had a discussion about e-bicycles and sidewalks. And there's always a concern if you have an e-bicycle, even a bicycle, but bicycles are allowed by statute to be on sidewalks in Florida. If you have pedestrians and these e-bicycles that can go upwards of 20 miles an hour, and the safety concerns. So I know Holly Hill, Ponce Inlet, and Palm Coast have city ordinances on that subject. However, I've recently learned from our city manager that the Shores is a little bit different because the primary area we would have that concern is on A1A, and that's a state road, so we cannot do that unless perhaps we petitioned the state, which hasn't been done before. So I will talk to the FDOT folks at the next TPO meeting just to kind of inquire. But if any of our citizens have any issues or concerns about that, I would love to hear your concerns, because I was almost hit in Daytona. It wasn't the Shores. I was walking on the sidewalk from Jimmy John's actually, and coming back to my office, and I wasn't paying attention, but luckily I was on the right side of the sidewalk. And thankfully, I did not veer into the center because a guy on an e-bike, probably going 20 miles an hour, came right by me. I didn't even hear him until he went right by me. So that could have been disastrous. So that's my primary concern with that. However, I think we do have a couple businesses that rent e-bikes in the Shores. So again, we have to have a delicate balance. I'm not saying we're going to have any kind of ordinance, and it looks like we probably won't. But I think the state legislature is actually working on e-bike legislation right now. So I'll let everybody know if we hear anything about that. But and again, I am not totally against e-bikes. I just want to make sure we enhance the safety when they are sharing the same space that pedestrians are. My wife and I, we walk on the beach, and the speed limit I think is 10 miles an hour. Now an e-bike is not built to typically operate in the traffic lanes on the beach because it's too sandy. It would be very difficult for them to do that. But they are, going 20 miles an hour in the beach where sunbathers are laying, or when we're walking, and they're just veering in and out. So that's more of a sheriff's issue to actually patrol that. So Matt Reinhardt is part of the TPO. He's our District 2 county councilman, and he's going to look into that for us as well and communicate with the sheriff's office. So, but again, if anybody has any concerns about that or even anything positive, I'd love to hear from you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Anything
thank you.
else?
I think that's it. Thank you.
Commissioner Card?
I was at the pickleball courts the other day, and the police department, some of the guys came by there were some women, they played some pickleball. And the feedback that I got, there's their exercise time, that they loved, the people said they loved seeing them out there. So I just want to tell you, Chief, that they're doing wonderful. I think they were there for 30 or 40 minutes. Instead of lifting weights, they were getting a little agility workout. That was awesome.
Great.
The other thing is, on the north end, the mattress store, it was open for a little bit. I went back there, it's now closed. I talked to the owner, she has a for sale sign out there, and she said that they are not going to be there any longer. So I guess that's one down.
And they weren't part of an economic development, we did not.
No,
Okay.
we tried, actually Maddie and I stopped by there one day, and the sign was on there. We called him up, and he said, I'll be back on Wednesday. I followed up with him, he wasn't there on Wednesday, and the next time I showed up, like I said, the sign was out there. It was a different phone number, contacted him, and she said, no, I'm selling this. So that was the feedback I got.
Commissioner
Anything
Carr?
else?
No, that's all.
Commissioner Card?
Yes.
Just to let you know, we've in the past had an event with Public Safety, Pickleball with a Cop. So I think Director Swanson would be happy to bring that back, and maybe the cops could win their first match ever if they've been out there.
They won against Ed.
We have never done well.
They won against Ed and I. So. Anything else? Thank you. Commissioner Dubinsky?
I just want to congratulate the staff. Every time we have one of these meetings and the staff makes a presentation, it's done professionally, and it's very clear to me what they're trying to accomplish, and I appreciate the staff here.
Great.
Always have.
Great. Okay, and I'm just going to go over some of the events. We are going to have, again, Coffee with the Mayor tomorrow, February 4th at 10 a.m., and we are going to have County Council Member at Large Jake Johansson as our guest speaker. So we also have a mayor's breakfast in the morning, and we'll head right over there as soon as we're done. The mayor's breakfast is going to be fantastic. Each city recognizes one of their hometown heroes, and I'll leave that as a surprise of who's selected for tomorrow. I'll announce it next time. And we've already talked about the art show. The next will be the Galentine's Day, and that is on February 13th at 11 a.m. at the Shores Community Center. Director Maddox, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, Mayor. So it's a Galentine's event. It's a brunch with ladies getting together, and we have 72 that have registered already, and I think it's going to be a very fun time. We have a special guest that's going to be helping us with the event, and so our own Vince, our own karate teacher, Vince is going to be helping us for the event, so it'll be a lot of fun, and the ladies are looking forward to it.
Great, thank you. Okay, can you give us an update on the Citizens Academy? The one time I asked you about it, you said we were full, and then we might have had some dropouts. Maddie, Citizens Academy, do we still have openings?
We have 2 openings of people that dropped out due to scheduling conflicts.
Okay, all right, so 2 openings, and Vince, do you want to come up and tell them how I'm putting you on the spot. Come and tell them how fantastic the Citizens Academy is. We can, sorry.
I'm going to speak about it tomorrow.
Okay, can you?
At our Commission. So I'm a new resident here. I've been here a little over a year and a half, and myself and a few of my neighbors at Oceans 2 participated in the Citizens Academy. It is not to be missed. I learned so much about this incredible city of ours. I met such wonderful staff members. We got informed. We got to shoot a fire hose, a taser, a non-lethal projectile, and one of our people was actually able to knock the cone over. I'm not saying who, but he's standing here. It's a really wonderful, all the way from learning about our public works, how our sewers work, to having lunch with our fabulous mayor. It is really, really great. And I would encourage anyone, I know we have a few spots left for the start date of Thursday, to participate. It is really wonderful.
Thank you, Vince. I'll give you more notice tomorrow. So.
I don't think it's open to commissioners, so thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And then the last thing is we have the Battle of the Food Trucks and a concert. That's going to be on February 28th. And for those of you that don't know Reed Foley, he's one of the commissioners from Port Orange, and he's fabulous, fabulous, world-renowned. I don't know. He's the is going to be the band, and it's going to be 3 to 8, the food trucks, and the band is at 5 to 8:30 in McElroy Park. And that is the only thing that I have right now. So if we're going to go on to audience comments, I think we have Dan Morris here. Dan, are you here representing the chamber?
I sure am. So I'm here representing the chamber, Port Orange, South Daytona, Daytona Beach Shores. Life is better here. Can't tell that. I was a resident here for 3 years. I loved it. I fell in love with this area probably about 20 years ago when I came to a vacation. so I got to live my dream, but I was the board chair last year, so I'm the immediate past chair now. And I came here really to recognize the city of Daytona Beach Shores, and really Nancy, for putting on the Better Life and Business Expo. I think it was our 3rd year, I believe, and it was very successful. I did a survey with the chamber. People are coming back next year. I had 2 businesses there, met a lot of great people. If you didn't come this year or the last few years, come next time. It's 10 to 2. There's so many handouts. There's a lot of people to meet, but everybody had a great time, and we really thank you, Mayor Miller and commissioners. Congratulations to our new city manager, Mike. But we really love this area. We want to thank you for being involved, and Nancy's been so great, involved with our chamber, and so is Nancy and our committees. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Jen. We enjoy it. Okay, I don't have anyone else signed up for audience comments, but as always, I'm always open. Is there anyone else that has anything that they want to say? We'd love to hear from you. Okay, if not, we're going to go on to items recommended for the next agenda. I did give Sherry this item that today I was at the county council and spoke with our coastal director, Jessica Fentress. She'd like to give us a little update on what is happening on the beach and maybe talk about easements. So she will be at our next meeting in March. Is there any other items we want to add to the agenda? Okay, and if there's nothing else anyone wants to say, I thank you very, very much for coming out. Vince, thank you for being a trooper when I called you out like that. You'll have more time to prepare tomorrow.